All right, let's pull back the curtain on the hidden rules that govern pretty much every professional relationship you'll ever be in. We're talking about the connection between an agent and a principal. And believe me, it's a whole lot deeper and way more important than you probably think. I mean, really think about it. You hire a real estate agent, a lawyer, a contractor. What do they actually owe you beyond just doing the job? And what do you owe them? Turns out the law has some pretty strong opinions on this. So let's get into it.
Now you might be thinking, it's all in the contract I signed, right? Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're about to dive into a special kind of legal relationship that goes way, way deeper, with duties and rules you might not even know exist.
Okay, first things first, let's get the names right. The principal? That's the person doing the hiring. So you, when you hire a web designer. The agent? That's the person you hired, the web designer. Seems simple enough, but here's where it gets really interesting, because the law sees this as so much more than just a simple deal.
And this right here is the absolute heart of it. The law basically says, hey, there's a special level of trust here. And with that trust comes a whole set of very powerful, legally binding responsibilities that are there whether you wrote them down in a contract or not.
So what is this higher duty? Well, for the agent, it all boils down to one huge, overarching concept. It's the #1 rule in their playbook, the fiduciary duty. This quote just nails it. A fiduciary duty means the agent has to, they must, always, and I mean always, act in the best interest of the principal. Their own wallet, their own convenience, all of it has to take a back seat. It's about total loyalty. And breaking this rule isn't just bad business. It can get you sued and even cost you your professional license. And get this duty is totally automatic. You don't have to write "be loyal to me" in the agreement. The second that agency relationship starts, the law just slaps this responsibility right on there. It is absolutely non-negotiable. Now, that core rule of loyalty is the big one for sure, but it doesn't stop there. The law actually outlines a few other key duties for the agent that kind of flesh out all their responsibilities. So while that fiduciary duty gets all the headlines, there's this whole supporting cast of other obligations that make sure an agent is really, truly acting like a professional.
Okay, let's run through these real quick. The duty of skill and care. That just means, do a good job, be competent. The duty of good conduct means don't go around damaging your principal's reputation. Then there's the duty to inform them of important stuff, the duty to account for their money or property, and finally, the duty to obey their legal instructions.
And this is a perfect, super simple way to think about that duty to obey. If the instructions are clear and legal, the agent doesn't get to say, 9 cartons is close enough, or, I found a different brand I like better. Nope, they have to follow the principal's specific direction. It's that simple. But wait, remember what we said? This is a two-sided coin. This whole relationship isn't a one-way street. The principal, the person who did the hiring, they have duties too. So let's flip that coin over and see what they owe their agent.
Okay, the biggest and maybe most surprising duty is the duty to indemnify. That's a fancy legal word, but all it really means is that the principal has to have their agent's back. If the agent gets into legal trouble while following orders, and it's not their fault, the principal has to step in and cover the costs.
This story explains it perfectly. So the landowner, who's the principal, hires these agents to dig a ditch. He knows there's a phone line buried there, but forgets to mention it. The agents, just doing their job, accidentally cut the line. So who's really at fault here? The principal. He failed to warn them, so he's on the hook for the legal mess. He has to indemnify them.
So let's wrap up the principal side of the bargain. #1, they have to stick to the contract. #2, they have to deal fairly and in good faith. Basically, don't sabotage your own agent. And #3, as we just saw, they've got to have their agent's back. Okay, we've seen both sides of the coin. The agent owes loyalty and skill, the principal owes fairness and support. But why? Why does the law bother setting up this whole complicated dance? Let's tie it all together and look at the big picture.
This chart really shows you the beautiful balance of it all. It's a system of checks and balances. The agent's huge responsibility of loyalty is matched by the principal's duty to be fair and provide backup. The agent's duty to do a good job is matched by the principal's duty to honor the deal. It's a true partnership, all spelled out by the law.
And that is the real takeaway. These legal duties aren't just there to set people up for lawsuits. They exist to create a framework of trust. When everybody knows their obligations, they can work together with confidence. And that trust is what allows really important, complex work to get done. So next time you hire someone, or you're the one being hired, just remember this whole dynamic. Ask yourself, who holds the coin? Are you the agent bound by that incredible duty of loyalty?
Or are you the principal, responsible for having your agent's back? Because understanding your role isn't just a legal detail, it's the first step to making it all work.